Guys, what is that you see in front of you? Well, that is the Ochs Works EDX Solarstorm. And I have to say, it did not take very long for this to go into my pocket after Eric gave it to me at the knife show. You guys remember we saw, it was a knife show. It did not take very long. This is a great, great knife. We're gonna do first day in pockets. Technically not, but we'll talk about that from above. Guys, this is an awesome, awesome, awesome little knife. This is the Ochs Works EDX Solarstorm. This thing is great. So I got this, just to be upfront, Eric handed this to me at the knife show on Saturday and told me that I could carry it and do a review. I like this knife so much. This went directly in my pocket in the parking lot of the knife show. So this is not first day in pockets, but today was the first day I actually used it for anything. And I gotta tell you, I am really, really impressed with this knife. So first things first, let's go ahead and get some little things out of the way. You are looking at titanium, canvas micarta, M390 steel with a nice deep hollow ground on what would be a modified Wharncliffe, sheep's foot, sheep's cliff, whatever you want to call it. You know, I know there's different names for that modified Wharncliffe. This thing is great. It's not a real big knife, but we are going to measure it with our new measuring tool, which is the manometer. So in manometer units, you are looking at a 6.5 inch blade, handle length of, this is just a gag, I'm sorry guys, 8 inches, 8.5 inches in the handle. It's actually only just about 7.5 inches overall on this. That's a little gag. I got this from Brandon over at Melio Knives. This is a lot of fun. This is going to make an appearance in a lot of videos because we all know how that works. So let me go ahead and get some size comparison out of the way. I'm going to grab a couple knives. The first knife's going to be the Megaron Valona. So that's a 9-inch overall knife. You can see that this is not anywhere close in size. Your next knife's going to be the Benchmade 940, and we're going to touch on something about this a little bit later. I'm going to make a quick comparison on that. But there's your Benchmade 940. You can see they are almost 1-for-1 in size. Tail to tail, pivot to pivot, tip to tip. This might be just ever so slightly longer, but that could just be parallax. And then, as always, your final knife is going to be the Chris Reese Sebenza Large 21. So you can see, not a very big knife here on this. So let's go ahead and get this out of the way. I'm going to tell you about all the great things that I have found on this knife. So out of character for first impressions, first day, I do know the exact cost of this knife. Eric and I talked about it, talked about the website price versus table price, things like that. Now, in all transparency, I told Eric this, it's going to get an honest review, but I did not purchase this knife. It was given to the channel directly by Eric. And I will tell you, this thing is so good. So you've got, like I said, reverse Wharncliffe, deep hollow M390 blade done in titanium, as kind of a somewhat bolster lock with, these are the OD green, canvas micarta. All the milling on this is great. Milled pocket clip, beautiful deep hollow on this blade. This is so comfortable in hand for as thin as it is. Super comfortable. You're looking at really well done. You can't even feel these inlays. If you like lanyard holes, there's a lanyard hole in the backspacer. You've got some backspacer jimping that is effective jimping. It stands up tall enough, it's effective. Typically not a fan of that, but it is pretty good in here. And I will say, in hand, it does give it a little bit of traction on a smaller knife. This gives you a really tactile feel similar to jimping. If you've got this in a pinch cut, it is great if you're using this knife like this. And like I said, beautiful faceted blade with a nice swedge on the back of this Wharncliffe. Now, I'm going to put up the Blade HQ post page here so you can see it. And I will be posting a link down below for the Blade HQ site because that's where I'm going to have an affiliate link that you guys can purchase this. Now, these are, I think if I remember correctly, they're right at $350. But you're looking at a really good knife. And I told you I wanted to make a comparison. This is about in the same feel in hand as a 940, which I love the 940 in hand. It feels great. But what it has going for it is, opposed to being such a thick blade behind the edge, this thing is nasty sharp. I've actually already cut myself with it a couple times. Nasty sharp, and it cuts really well. I did cut down some cardboard today with this, and I'm going to tell you right now, this thing is great. This is kind of what I would have wanted, the transparent reblade of a 940. I think changed it so much that I didn't like it. This is a lot like the kind of the feel I get from that, but in a more slender platform, and I don't have the broader blade, but it still is done real hollow and comes down nice and thin and cuts a lot better than this knife. So if you are looking for an alternative to a 940, I would absolutely recommend this. I find this thing to be awesome. It is absolutely in my wheelhouse. It's really attractive. Like I said, action on it is really good, running on bearings. I have not yet changed the lubricant in it. I think I'm going to take this apart and change out lubricant in it, because typically I'm not a fan of the production house lubricants that come on knives. But this is being done by Riyadh. So Eric is an awesome dude, was kind enough, like I was getting ready to leave the show. I was like, hey, Eric, we're getting ready to take off. He's like, oh, hang on a second. I'll just give you one of these right now so you can take it and put it on the channel. I know you guys have already seen that video. I am over the moon with this. I'm going to carry this a lot. I'm going to tell you right now, this is going to get a lot of carry. Big choil, I forgot to mention that. Big choil on it up there where you can get up on it and still do some cutting. So I absolutely have fallen in love with this knife the second I picked it up at the show. So we'll see how, if anything at all, changes over the next couple weeks in review. But I don't think it will, because this thing is just amazing. I like all of Eric's work. Eric's a great guy. We're gonna have him on live feed. He has another model coming out, as you saw on the video we did at the live feed, at the show, that is a different style knife from him. I like it. I do like that knife a lot. At first I grabbed it and I wasn't sure, but now after picking it up a couple times at the show, I am definitely looking forward to that to come in. But that one's coming, but this one is available. So like I said, there will be a link down below. Guys, I could go on about this a lot, because this is probably like one of my favorite things I saw at the show. And it's here, and I'm really happy with it. Lots of bells and whistles on this. Eric really does a good job with his designs. So let's turn this around, do some final thoughts, send you out about your day, and you're going to get to see this a lot. I think it's going to make a lot of appearances and videos. So yeah, guys, not technically first day in pockets, but it's kind of just my first impressions, because I really didn't do anything with it on Saturday. Sunday, while 2A Dave was here, I did do a couple little things, but today's truly the first day I've used this, and it's been great. Eric was awesome enough to give this knife to me at the show, so we didn't have to ship it back and forth, and I am thoroughly impressed. I liked his last one, the Osprey. This thing is great. So we're gonna do a full term, like the full carry and stuff like that. This is a great little slender, easy to carry knife. So we will get back to this one as soon as possible, because I really do like it a lot. So guys, that's it on this one. You're going to see a lot more of the stuff filter through that I got from the show, that I'm going to do some videos about, just touching on. But I want Russell from Artisan CGRB. He's their US rep from CGRB, and he works with Artisan. I want him to walk us through all of the prototypes that are here so that we can see them before anybody else does. So guys, that's it. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. Please try to tell me why. I can't change the content if you don't tell me what you don't like. If you want to support the channel, it's simple as like, share, subscribe, drop a comment, hit the bell icon. If you do hit the bell icon, make sure you got notifications turned on your device, and make sure you've got the bell set to all. YouTube only sends out 3 notifications a day, so if you want to check everything that's going on, I may put up more than that. Just keep checking back on the channel. But subscribing and stuff like that. Likes are the best thing you do for any channel. I'm gonna keep saying that. Drop a like if you've watched a video for more than 15 seconds, not just on my channel, but any channel. If you want to support the channel financially, there are a bunch of affiliate links down below. Any of the affiliate links you use, the Amazon ones, especially, anything you purchase, even if it's not the stuff that's listed, you know, you can use that just as a way to get to my affiliate store, and anything you purchase, I get credit for it. Coffee Brand Coffee, 5% off. And Doll Strong Knives has got some of the best, they have some of the best kitchen knives out there at the price. They sent me a new honing rod. We're going to do a video about that later today. So if you want to join the membership, it's tier-based. Everyone has access to my Gilded server. Baseline and premium tier members are automatically entered into giveaways, and the premium guys have access to a sharpening tutorial series. Guys, that's it on this one. Keep it clean in the comment section. It makes it easier for me to moderate the channel. It makes sure your comments get seen. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video.